Okay, so in order to make your timeline image, you're going to create a new document in Photoshop. Just go to New, and you want it 856 pixels by 315 pixels. In the end, it'll be 72 resolution. You can start at 300 if you like to begin with, either way. So I went ahead and started at 300 and just press OK. I already created my document, so I'm just cancel out. So here is my document. Okay, I'm now going to go grab my page map that I have already open in Illustrator or wherever you have it, just to put down as a base so I can just follow it. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that. Control C to copy, and then come back to Photoshop and just paste it. And this little photo area is meant to be the photo for your profile picture, and so you can see it doesn't paste directly into the right size of the timeline. We're just going to go ahead and resize this so that the base square of this is going to fit exactly from edge to edge, and then the little photo thing will actually go off the edge. That is only just for us to be able to eyeball where that actual profile picture will be at, so you don't put any major design there. It also kind of goes with this particular layout that we have. So now that that's in there, I'm going to go ahead and start building on top of it. And the first thing I'm going to go ahead and grab is my little torn piece of paper that I have to put in behind there. So I'm going to go ahead, select all, and copy, Control C, come back to my layout and paste, Control V. I'm just zooming out a little. Now I'm going to head and first I'm going to angle it. I'm going to go ahead and just bring my torn paper down for a little bit. So I'm going to convert to Smart Object and transform that just so that it's just a little bit smaller torn area. That should be good. And just press Enter. And so now we've got the torn paper. Okay, now we're just going to have this stripe from the Let's Play paper pack. I'm just going to go ahead and select all and copy, Control C. And I'm coming back to my image. And I'm going to lay that on the left side here and just paste it, Control V. And I'm going to convert to Smart Object. To convert to Smart Object, I'm sorry, you want to right click and it's just on that layer, and since it's already is, but you just press Convert to Smart Object. So Control T to transform. And then size it down however much you want. And you can even go all the way if you want a smaller stripe, because what's over here to the right doesn't really matter. It's not going to show anyways. I'm going to zoom in. Let's just press Z. You can zoom back in. Now I'm getting the green spots from the Let's Play paper pack. Control to select it all and Control C to copy. Come back to your image. And I'm going to paste it right above the torn paper layer. Control V. And once again, I'm going to convert to Smart Object, right click, convert to Smart Object, right click on that layer, convert to Smart Object. I'm zooming out so you can see. And then just get it down to whatever size you want the dot at. Now, in order to see the torn paper underneath, I'm going to right click on that layer and create clipping mask. And now it's going to be in the shape of the torn paper. Now, it's just the shape of the torn paper. Now, if you want to give it the look of the torn paper, it's really easy. First, we're going to have to right click on that and rasterize that later so we can work with it. I'm going to go over here and select my eraser tool. And you can adjust the size of the eraser by right clicking and change the diameter if you want. I think about 30 should be good. And then we want to adjust the opacity, and something close to about 20 should be good. And I'm just going to come along this edge and lightly go over it. If you want, you can see that part of that torn paper is coming through. You may need to go over it again if you like, however much you want to show it. And I think that looks good, and you can see that that's torn paper underneath. I am going to double click on the layer underneath that the clipping mask is on top and create a drop shadow. And probably about 25 I'm going to put my opacity at, and distance at 2 and 2. This is just for, again, a web-based thing, so I don't want my drop shadow to be quite as significant as I would on a regular layout. And just press OK. Okay, I'm now going to bring my map, the layout we put in. In fact, let's just go ahead and rename this so we know it's easier to see. I'm going to bring it above this base layer and change the opacity down just so we can still kind of see where everything should go. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring in my clip art that we're going to use. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and pull to make sure you're logged. I'm going to use both the Retro Camera graphic set as well as the Retro Camera cut it set. I'm using the cut it set though as graphics, which can be done either way. You can open up with all the file types of the cut it sets. You can open up some of them in Photoshop as is, or in Illustrator or Inkscape, and copy and paste directly. And the graphic sets you can also open up, obviously, in Photoshop. So from the graphic set, I'm going to be grabbing both the, actually just the little photo frame, and I will go ahead and save that, and then I will open it directly into Photoshop. As far as from the cut-its, I'm going to go ahead and grab the Polaroid camera, as well as the little film strip piece and the film strip with the roll attachment onto it, as well as the Say Cheese little image. And I'm just going to go ahead and paste them directly into my layout. I'm not going to record all of that just to kind of save time for this. The biggest part I wanted to show you was using the torn paper on it, but I will go ahead and pull them in and paste, and then we'll get back to you. Okay, you can see that I pasted the little frame image, the smart object, and transformed it to the size that I need. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that by clicking on the layer there in the layers palette, and then the little drop down box to the right, and duplicate my layer. Oops, I actually pressed new layer, duplicate layer there, and just press V to select it, and we're going to move that one over here, and Control T, and you can transform and put those images where you want them, and transform this one as well, and those are where we need. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my Polaroid camera, this film strip area, as well as my Say Cheese image from Illustrator. Okay, I've done the same layout already in Illustrator. I just used the PDF and went ahead and placed the actual cut images in that I wanted to use. So we've got the camera, the film strip, and the Say Cheese image as well. I'm going to go ahead and move these out so you can see what I've done. I took both the little film strip pieces, I just laid the plain piece on top of the one with the little canister on it, so that it looks like one continuous image. I'm going to go ahead and grab both of those and copy, Control C, and paste this one into our layout. And we want to go beneath layer 5, so I'm going to just go right above the page map and just paste, Control V. Enter, and then just go ahead and drag it where you want. We want part of the canister showing, so people can tell what it is, and I think that should be about good. Going back to Illustrator, I'm going to go ahead and grab the camera, as well as the Say Cheese image. Control C, copy, come back to Photoshop, and paste it. Now you want to place the camera carefully so that it'll look natural when your profile picture is on top, and this should place exactly right to so that the profile picture will line up to where the slot is. You can drag in guides and just make sure that it's in the right spot as well, and that's where it should line up. And so if you need to adjust it a little, you can. Alright, and that should be good there. Okay, now the clip art, the graphic frames right now, you can paste on top of them or you can paste underneath them, either way. Because I already transformed them, in my opinion, it's just going to be easier to rasterize these layers and then just take out the centers. Just using the wand tool, you're going to make sure that your tolerance isn't too high. Set that back down to about 20. Go ahead and select your, oops, I don't have the right one, your image, and just delete that part out. And then right here, wand, delete. And then you're just going to go ahead and grab whatever photo you want. I'm going to put my kids in these ones, and I'm just going to copy that image, and again we're going to right click on the layer and convert to smart object and size it down. Alright, that's about where I want that one. Size it up just a little bit. You can see we have some excess photo hanging off. Just rasterize that layer, and you can take your lasso or make a marquee of some sort and just cut that part off and delete. Well, it's simple. I'm gonna have to go grab my other photo, and we're almost done. Okay, you can go ahead and see that I put in my title, which was my last name. Now we're just going to go ahead and remove the page map layer. You can just take the eyeball off so you make sure everything's how you like it. You can make your title bigger, fatter. That is LD Hipster Child of it. I'm going to maybe change it to a fatter font. See if I like that better. No, I really do like that. And keep LD Hipster Child there. Anyhow, and you can make that bigger if you want. However you want to do it. You can add the kids' names, whatever you want. Age. Make it your own. But essentially, we're pretty much done other than adding some drop shadows. I'm just going to double click on each layer and go ahead and add a little drop shadow to each one. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I'm going to go ahead and merge my image with my photo so that you can keep it combined like a normal Polaroid should be. If you want the drop shadow to be around the picture, you don't have to merge it. If not, just go ahead and select the layers you want merged. I created some picture effects, and so that's why there's so many layers right there. But go ahead and merge layers, and then just double click on the layer and create your drop shadow there. And just press OK. Oh, I'm going to merge down. There we go. And then I'm going to select those two, merge layers, and create our drop shadow. Change that to 25, 2, and 2. And see, I think that looks a little better. That's too heavy, so I'm going to go and adjust the drop shadow on that one too. Make sure that drop shadow is selected. Change the opacity to 25, distance 2, and the size 2. Just press OK. And I'm going to do the same thing with my images here. Okay, and essentially it's done. Again, your profile picture will go here, and you can add any other additional typing or fonts if you want to. Before you upload it to Facebook, just go ahead and you'll go to File, Save for Web, and you can save it as a PNG or a JPEG. And so you can see that's JPEG, and keep the image size and then just press Save right there.